We will continue with the tutorial now where we talk about protecting our IP assets, and then we will deal with the law aspect of it in the last lecture. We are just interchanging the last two schedule program. So this is two sessions are regarding patents. Have any of you filed a patent or worked with a patenting agency? Do you have any rights, any idea or prior knowledge about patents? Yes. What is a patent? Intellectual property, right? No idea.
It is given for any innovative technology or
Yes.
any kind of innovation.
Yes.
For any kind of innovation, if a person does any kind of innovation, certain rights are given to him.
What is the definition of the word innovation? How do you define innovation? Can you write it in your notebook? Write a small 1-line or 2-line definition of innovation. I will ask you to read it. What is innovation? Define innovation, 2 marks. Sitting after a heavy lunch is really difficult. Wait, it will come. Can you define innovation? Innovation is?
Updating something new.
Yes, yes.
Updating something new technology in existing model.
New technology, okay, and updating on an existing model. I'll take it as 2 points, yes. New idea. So the word new comes in always. Something different which does not exist, okay. Huh? New product.
Improving and improvising any product or idea.
Improvising any product or idea, okay. That is useful to the society, okay. That is marketable, that will, that people will get in order to use, okay.
It is not an invention.
Okay, it's not an invention. What do we call as an invention and what do we call as an innovation?
Innovation is idea, invention is developing.
Huh? Invention is Galileo running out, okay, or Apple dropping down and Newton finding out, okay.
Formulating new ideas and applying it for enhancing the productivity.
Okay, new ideas. How is that different from the research we do or the projects you do or the solutions you develop? We have a problem, see, as computer scientists, we write programs and we develop new products. Are they said to be innovations or inventions? When we write a program to add 2 numbers or a calculator program, is that an invention? Because I do it new, I don't know.
When we convert it into a finished product, I think it would be
Only when it is a finished product, I call it as an invention. Innovation, okay. Oh, it's not an.
Innovation.
Yes, sir?
It's not necessarily. We can patent it. We can patent just an idea itself. That's a new innovation.
Yes.
It need not be a complete product. Just an idea is an innovation.
Okay. It need not be a complete product, and idea is also an innovation. You are exactly right. Okay. Any other answers you had written down? Words? Huh? Idea, concept, theory or a product. We will see a few of it now. When you are thinking about profit, when you are thinking about business, when you are thinking about developing something, the IP plays a very important role. What it helps with is, it gives you a competitive advantage that helps you go ahead of the competitors, walk ahead of the competitors, have an edge over them, and you also gain a monopoly over them when you patent your IP. What we Indians do is, we normally have something new, we happily share it with everyone, and we have been using it. Later, in the recent years, the government of India has also been pushing a lot and cleared up the way in which IP can be filed. We call it as filing of a patent, granting of a patent by the Comptroller General of India. There will be a patent granting authority in India. Sir will be talking about the process. And recently, the government of India has opened up completely. We have this Make in India project, Vikshit Bharat, then Digital India projects. So all these projects have helped with digitizing the way in which you apply for a patent and grant from it. Apply for a patent and you get it granted, and also trying to make the process of doing it easy. Patent agencies were created, a lot of people were encouraged to start working, because you have one patent, you do a company, start a company from it, and your company makes billions of dollars. You port your company onto some global agent, get your dollars, retire happily. That's the concept behind it. Okay. So it gives you a competitive advantage. By protecting their IP, businesses can prevent competitors from copying their inventions. It is not only for business now, even academia are encouraged to file patents, so that we can have our own startups. Instead of a business, we call it startup, and for students it becomes entrepreneurship. And the government of India is pushing a lot of that. And what is this innovation or idea? Okay, I will normally give this simple example. We go at home, we make a rasam, and we put a few 5 ingredients into that rasam in order to boil it up, and it produces a flavor and a taste. You decide to add one more ingredient to it, and it tastes better, then you have a new idea. One other thing which we all housewives or cooks do at home is, suddenly you run out of turmeric, you try to replace it with something, okay, and still make the dish taste the same. Popularly one of my co-faculty used to tell, we women during COVID, we were never bored, because we keep inventing a lot. We didn't get a lot of stuff. With whatever we had to make up and make it useful to our children, see that it is nutritious. So a lot of innovations were done. I remember making an ice cream cone. My children wanted ice cream with that cone, and we made that cone at home using batter. And there was a method of doing it. We did it on a dosa stone, and we were able to make an ice cream cone. And with whatever you have, of course, you are trying to innovate every day, but the way in which you do it, if it is different and no one else is doing it, then it starts generating money for you. So that's the concept behind it. Okay, I'll tell you one other inspiration of, I actually had a patent on how children learn. My little son had to go to school, but he will never sit in one place. He will always run, do something, play, and he liked to move around, talk with people. He went to school, the teacher told him just sit in one place and listen. No, when I say something, you do it. He didn't like that. So we had a lot of problems in his kindergarten. Then I thought, why don't, because the teacher is old, she was not able to run around with the children. So why not give something interesting to the children? So I said, the children don't like to sit in one place. Let them move around. So they keep running around something and they try to learn from it. So instead of just having one screen, we will have 4 screens. Make the children run around the device. It became one patent. And that is supposed to be used in Anganwadis because we have no teachers in Anganwadis. So we have developed one and designed a patent, granted a patent on it, and a design patent has also been granted on the Anganwadi, and we are trying to experiment it around the Anganwadis here because some Anganwadis don't have teachers. So we need someone to deliver the content to them. So the device will be used in order to teach just basic numerous numbers 0 to 9 and alphabets to children. A small change somewhere, it's a innovation you do, or something you invent because there is a need and you try to fill the gap in between. That is where the solution lies in. If you are a corporate or if you are interested in a business, then you will have a competitive advantage if your idea solves a problem. If you look at all the apps that had made millions, that were integrated later into Google or Meta, that were bought by various giant companies, were just filling a knowledge gap or a service gap that they found, in order to provide solutions. You look at how Windows came into picture, there was a gap and they wanted to fill in the gap. So they thought a search engine would, operating system would help. And Google came in because a search engine could help, and they gave a name to it, and now it has become a household name after times. There is a need, you will have to satisfy the need. And what happens is, when you have an IP, you generate revenue. You sell your product and it keeps constantly giving you revenue. The significant revenue can be through either licensing or selling them to others. We call it a technology transfer. I have a technology developed with me. I do a technology transfer to someone. Of course, legal issues are involved in it, where you will have to transfer and say how much percentage of profit they will have, how much percentage will be for you, and all those would be documented. Patents can be licensed to other companies, trademarks can be franchised, and copyrights can be sold. Patent, trademark, and copyrights are different types of IPs. We'll see about that in a few minutes. For business, it can also be brand recognition. Trademarks, the logo of a company can have value attached to it, or a brand of a company. So brand recognition, then differentiation in the marketplace, where the legal team would have a lot of issues wherein infringing. Yesterday sir was giving you an example about yahoo.com and how an individual had an infringement on it, and that is brand recognition, and businesses can prevent others from using similar marks or designs which can cause confusion among consumers. Have you heard about Creative Commons copyright, CCC? No. Open your browsers, google.com, and you just type in patents, okay, and go to the images, patents, then go to images. On top you will have an advanced setting. You can open. Do you have a option of usage rights on top? So you have size options for it, colors options for it, and this usage rights. Usage rights is the license. Certain pictures you can use which do not have copyright, and there are 3 types of licenses. One is commercial, in which you, without paying them money if you use it, it becomes a problem. We will talk about digital rights management tomorrow, then we would check that. So commercial and other licenses, unless you log into it, give some information about yourself to it, or become a member of a community, you will not be allowed access to that content, okay. Creative Commons license is free for everyone. The CCS is said to be free, and there are various terminologies to it according to law, where a Creative Commons license can be used by everyone, which is available for everyone. And certain other pictures, unless say in Pinterest, you will be allowed to look at the picture or the watermarked image. If you want an unwatermarked image, you will have to pay, or you will have to become a member of their community, receive their newsletter. Unless you do something, they will not allow you access to it, okay. So this we call it as the license in order to use something. So this licensing is very important. Go back to the PPT. Okay, so businesses can prevent others from using similar marks or designs which can cause confusion among the consumers, and there should be differentiation. Your item, if it is copyrighted, no one can use the same kind of image somewhere, and if they have used it for commercial interest, then you will they will have to pay you penalty for doing so, okay. Even the pictures that we use in our GIAN PPT, that should have the Creative Commons license available. We cannot just take any picture available on the internet in order to do it, because this is supposed to go online and it has to be viewed by different people, and it will be subject to copyright issues. So there should be only content that has been given Creative Commons license in order to be used, right. Then legal protection. IP rights provide businesses with legal protection against infringement, misappropriation and unauthorized use of their IP assets. Someone uses it, you can go to court and say, this has been allocated to me, you know, the idea has been given to me and no one else should use it. So he is using, and the court will use that document in order to know that you are the owner of the particular idea, okay. So the protection can be used to enforce their rights, seek damages for any losses suffered due to infringements. Indian law says that your IP should be inventive and should be industrially applicable, and it should be one more, there should be an inventive step, there should be an industrial application to it, and it should also have a usage for a particular solution. It should have a application which will be marketable later in the society, okay. If you look at China, they have a lot of IP they have lots of IP filings done. That is because they do not work on only the, they do not say it has to be used and it has to be inventive and it has to be applicable. Any one of the three options are available, they will immediately patent it. They don't look at how this is totally different, inventive, and what is innovative about this new thing. So they don't try to establish all that. And if you look at China, that's why recently we had a lot of Chinese goods flooding market with different types of solutions to it. Even now if you go on Amazon, you will have a lot of cleaning solutions, then brushes, and a lot of Chinese products, baby products also. Why? Because they allow open market, so they can easily file a patent, immediately sell it on to a producer will start making it into something and push it onto the market. The process had been simplified, which we are trying to do in the last 4 to 5 years in order to make it happen. So when you are a business, if you have an IP, it's an added advantage. Recently we have SEDI in NIT Trichy, which is the Center for Entrepreneurship Development. They give 10 lakhs. If you are a student and if you have an idea which is innovative or different, and you want to develop that idea into a solution, software or a product, then you can come to them, give them the idea, tell them what your idea is, and they would fund you till 10 lakhs. They can give you depending on your problem and help you start a company, incubate, so that you are able to work with. Even IIT Madras has their own incubation parks available, innovation centers being used. Another facility that NIT Trichy has is, see, in certain cases it's not only a computer specialist who is needed to provide with solution. Okay, in my case, I need a electrical, electronic and a computer specialist in order to work, because there are boards involved, hardware involved, software involved, and then connections between them also involved as a network. Okay, so they have labs that will let people go from different disciplines together. Even Government of India is also working on this kind of interdisciplinary work, wherein when you join together with different people, a new perspective arises and you become easily inventive. So that is also an idea for businesses. If you have one IP, then you will be able to flourish if your IP will be able to make money. You know, it is a solution for a problem that the society faces with. Don't think that it has to be a very different idea. Initially you start with something simple, and then you keep building up on that. You will be able to solve some problem in the society. We know there are hundreds of problems in the society. So you just solve one small problem in the society, you will be able to create your own inventive solution for them. Okay, and what are the benefits of IP for startups or people who are trying to, you know what a startup is, no? Startup is where you don't have any background and you just have an idea and you want to incubate them. So there are, in our case, our alumni help us a lot. You know, alumni who have established businesses help the students, and they mentor students. They take a group of students, tell them how they can change their idea into a product and how it can be commercialized. So that way, for startups, an IP really helps. It gives you competitive advantage and prevents your competitors from replicating ideas or technologies. This replication is has a lot of issues which an IP can protect and prevent people from exploiting. It increases the valuation. The assets increase your business value and it is attractive to investors. Then revenue opportunities, protected IP can be licensed to other companies for additional revenue, and you will also attract what they normally call as angel investors. Have you heard of the terminology where people are interested in your product and they invest on it in order to make it work? Then there is a legal recourse if there is infringement. If someone else tries to copy or tries to change whatever you have done into something else, then you will have a legal way of confronting them because you have an IP. What we normally do is we take it for granted, or we think this is just a simple idea. Now this is not going to be a new intellectual idea that I can file a patent for. Please do not think about your ideas like that. Any innovation is an innovation, and initially an innovation will not be accepted by people. Any innovation that you do, it will take time. If it is disruptive, it will always take time. You look at networks, it took a lot of time. Email, it took a lot of time for people to accept it. Mobile phones, no one envisioned that everyone in this room will have a mobile phone. Now each one has more than one mobiles present with us, okay? And I say in another 5 to 10 years, every device in this room will have an IP address and would be smart. You know, the table would have a chip embedded, the camera would have a chip embedded, even light, fans, everything would have identity with them, some sensors present in them, similar to the mobiles and the laptops that we have now, okay? So innovation is everywhere. and you can think a little bit differently and be confident with what you have. Try to find out if it is available. Now we have all the search tools available. You don't have to go to a company that can search for it or pay a hefty amount in order to do a patent similarity search. All you have to do is type your idea on Google and see if Google can give you an answer. Type it on your Meta AI. See if Meta AI tells you, understands what you say. If it doesn't understand, your idea is new idea. Okay, so we can easily search. Do you understand what I am trying to tell? You don't have to think that your idea should be out of the blue. You'd have to do a PhD in order to do it. What I normally think is, even people who are sweeping on the roads, you know, I've seen a few people use the same broom, but they do it very efficiently. They have a long stick, tie it on the long stick and then just stand like this and do, because they have back pain, they cannot bend. And they do it with themselves. The way in which they tie it also is different. For some people it keeps coming out, but for some of them they put the sticks around the pole in order to make it firm and strong. Everything is a simple innovation that we do. And you know, standing and mopping, so we have a standing stick that can also be patented. Whatever we do in US, what people normally do is they use a hack in order to solve their everyday problem. They will immediately go on to the search engine and search if that hack is available. If it is not available, immediately they will patent it. Patent it, transfer it to an industry and let it be developed and continue doing whatever they want. Okay, this is how innovations happen. Don't think that I should be very intelligent for innovations to happen. If you can solve problems, you can always be an inventor. Okay, so there are a lot of benefits. The idea behind a startup is that you don't need any background in order to create your own startup. You can do it by yourself if you can invent. What are the types of different types of intellectual property? First is the patent. But for a patent, you need a novelty, you need inventiveness. They call it inventive step. Okay, that is different from novelty. Novelty is what you are doing. You know, there is something which is not existing previously, which is right, and something that will make this product stand out from everything else that is available, which is not present so far. Okay, and then they ask for an industrial application. Whereas in China, any one of the three you can file a patent. For us, all the three is supposed to be there in order to qualify for a patent. And there are different types of patents too. You have a design patent and you have a complete patent that you can file. A complete patent would be either a product or a process, but there should be a hardware involved for Indian patents that we file. There should be softwares cannot be patented, they can only be copyrighted. America allows for software patents to be filed, whereas our system uses only copyrights. So a patent will protect novel inventions, processes and technologies, giving exclusive rights to the inventor for a specific period of time. In Indian case, it is 20 years. For 20 years, the patent would be yours. During the time, you can make profit, after which it would be available in the public domain. So anyone will use it and it cannot be claimed for yours. The patents can protect technological innovations, making it illegal for others to copy or use them without permission. A unique software algorithm or a product with proprietary technology, that's very important. Only an algorithm does not hold good. An algorithm is enough for a paper, research paper to be published, whereas for a patent there should be a technology behind it, a hardware that goes along with it, and a patent will protect it from being used by competitors. And the software that we use, you cannot claim that your algorithm is a innovation. It should go along with some hardware or some kind of technology that will be putting it to use. So the next type of intellectual property, we call it trademark. that will protect the brand's name, logo, slogans, identifiers that distinguish brand in the marketplace, and they help build brand recognition, prevent confusion, and strengthen customer loyalty. Even the design of your logo can be patented. Okay? A unique brand name and logo registering a trademark will ensure no other company can legally use a similar brand identity in market. Can you give me the name of a trademark that you think is very popular now for soft drinks? What is the trademark that people use? Coca-Cola. Okay. Huh? PepsiCo. Okay. The way in which they have written it, the color combination behind it, the design of it, everything has been trademarked. So no one else would be able to use the same thing. Okay. So we had soda bottles. You remember in olden days there would be a bottle with a round thing on top of it. And the problem with that was there was no branding behind it. But it's actually really healthy compared with your Coca-Cola and Pepsi. The soda that we have, you have indigestion, go get a soda drink, it is done. Now you drink Pepsi or Coca-Cola, you get ulcer also along with it. Okay. So this branding is very important. Another thing is you had soap, Palmolive, no, one more, Mysore sandal soap. Recently Mahindra wanted to bring back the soap, Mysore sandal soap, then washing powder Nirma. When we were very small, all these, I think you would not have heard about all this because but they were household items during that time. If it is cleaning, then it is Nirma. Then Nirma was taken over by Surf because of this trade war. Okay, but because whenever you start something, you start simply, and India used a local demographic group in order to make it work. And they were not into marketing, they were not into branding or expanding the market because it was household item, right? But now with the open market system with global input coming in, there has been a lot of changes, and unless these industries uphold themselves or try to match with the advertising, there is a problem behind it. And some of these trademarks have lost their value because of not safeguarding their brand identity. Copyright will protect original works of authorship, including written material, software code, designs, pictures, diagrams, or flow of charts, or any other creative assets, and it will ensure that the content from the blog post to marketing material is protected from unauthorized copying and distribution. Even your pictures that you post on Instagram has its own copyrights available, and you should be aware of the copyrights that you have, the rights that are given to you. Original videos, graphics, blog content. So the copyright will prevent others from using or distributing the work without permission. We have watermarking, steganography, many other computing technology methods that are used in order to protect the copyright or to make people understand that a particular content belongs to the creator. Because we have so much of fakes available with us, it is difficult for us to find out what is true and what is wrong. Industrial designs, I don't have much idea about it, but they are set by the Designs Act, and Indian Patent Office manages applications that will certify registrations if the design is a novel innovation, and the design asks for a top view, a side view, all the four sides view, and a bottom view of the product. So this will be only the final view of a completed product, outer view of the completed product that you give. If you need, you can get an inner view of the product also. Okay? So owners of registered designs get IP protection for 10 years with a 5-year extension period. You can file design patents, and these design patents are granted faster compared with original patent that you want to file, because design would be for outer look of an item, and if the item is innovative, your design gets given easily. GI tags, you would have heard about this on newspapers. So the place where Salem mango, it's well known over everywhere, Tirunelveli alva, we call it household Dindigul biryani. That location is known for a particular cuisine, and it has been known all over. Srivilliputturu Palkova. So we know a lot of places that are specialized for a particular item, but it's important that you get a GI tag in order to put the product to market from their origin. There are a lot of fakes now. Tirunelveli alva has Tiruchi alva, Muscat alva, everyone can make Tirunelveli alva with the same taste and look and feel of it. But that, whatever you get from the original shop has its own flavor, and that cannot be replaced. So this is where GI tag helps, because a lot of other items flood into the market. How do you protect yourself? So that geographic, because the way in which marketing was done earlier was one particular group of people do it in their place, and all the people surrounding that area used to get it from them. Okay, but when the markets is opened, a lot of people keep replicating whatever is done in that place, and the location loses its significance. This is where the problem comes in, right? So successfully registered GI tags get IP protection for 10 years, and they are eligible for renewals, and they need to the applications for a GI tag need to include a statement about how the product's geographical origin impacts its quality. Okay, so these are some of the examples. Then trade secrets. This is about formulas, the type of mixing you do for any medicine or any item that you create, business strategies, consumer lists, even a supply chain, or the way in which a product is being assembled together. I knew about an entrepreneur, and he actually does car seat covers for cars in US. So but his work is majorly online. He is here in India, and he links suppliers from China. They give the raw material, and the raw material is being shipped on to a manufacturer. The manufacturer manufactures it according to his requirements, and then the final product is shipped to US and it is fitted on a car. The US customer asks him for the seat cover, and he does the management of the complete manufacturing process. I was curious. I said, how do you do it? Just explain to me about the process of it. And he said, that is the trade secret. Till then I was so happy, telling all my ideas to everyone, not worrying about what they will use. Then I thought I can make a lot of trade secrets like that. We teachers are happy sharing with our students and say, you also learn and you become greater so that you use it somewhere. But that itself is a trade secret. How you do it, the supply chain of it, right? And the best thing about it is you would have been doing it right from childhood, and you would not even know that it is innovative, but someone else recognizes it as innovative, immediately patent it. Okay, you don't think about it. Do a search to see if it is available. If it is not available, it may be available in different names. So you will have to find out what is different, see if it is innovative. There are firms that help you make your patent more patentable. Try to give it a different form. You can use their help in order to solve problems. So trade secrets protect valuable information that gives a competitive edge. Keeping them confidential is key to maintaining that edge. Even the paint balm, they have a mixture. So that mixture only one person in the whole family would know, and it would be given to the next heir. So even hotels that make biryani, there would be one secret powder. That powder only the owner would know. That is how he is building up his chain. because that composition of it, if it varies, the taste varies, and the market, he loses the market, right? So that is a unique recipe, a business model, a customer acquisition method. Treating it as a trade secret will prevent it from being disclosed to competitors. That is how all the service providers have started building their own company. You know, Oya, then you have Zomato, you have Swiggy, and then Uber, right? They have started very small, but they kept solving problems and trying to integrate technology into it, then it works. Okay? So any small idea that you have, don't think that it is very simple. You can see if it will be useful and it will solve some problem that you have. Do you have any problems like that in your that comes to your mind now? I want you to write it down in your notebook so that you can explore whether it is available on YouTube later on. Okay? Maybe over tea you can think about it. So what do you do in order to protect intellectual property? You will have to identify and document your IP asset, secure IP rights early in development. There is a provisional filing that you can do 1 year before the entire patent can be finalized. So you can start provisional filing. From the date of provisional filing, you will be granted a patent. So if you start early in your development, do a provisional filing and say you are going to develop this, and later on you can add up onto it. Register the trademark for a brand, file for patents on unique innovations, use copyrights for creative works. Even if you copy a picture from the internet, you should copy the location from which you have taken, or give credit for whatever it is. You know, in research papers we add references. Even in your assignments, we will have bibliography or references. That reference is to say from which place I have taken this content and which is my own content. My own content I claim to it, other content I give a reference to it saying I have referenced all this. Okay? Then protect the trade secrets with confidentiality agreements, and you will have an NDA or an MOU or a agreement that is made between the individual parties in order to make it work. Then you will have to monitor and enforce the IP rights. You know, the IP rights have to be used and it has to be renewed periodically. You will have to pay some money in order to do it. Okay? So I want you to sit together as a group and then discuss within yourself what are the problems you face when you want to think about an innovative product. Okay? There will be a lot of questions inside us, whether my idea is marketable, can I use this idea? Okay? What are the questions you have and what are the solutions? You can discuss together as a group, brainstorm and find out if I can become a person with an IP patent. What I would envision is each one of you here should have a simple idea that you can create your own IP asset as. Maybe have your startup or try to market it and make money, because with your IP, if you can monetize it, then you don't have to do anything, just you'll have to enjoy the benefits of using your IP and the income that it generates from you. Okay? Can you sit together as groups? You want me to divide you into groups? Yesterday's groups? Can you sit together in yesterday's groups and try to find out what are the questions you have about IP rights, what are the problems you face, and we will have a discussion about it in the law perspective so that we will be able to answer, generate those questions and answer them. What are the problems or what are the mind blocks you have when you think of yourself as a patentee? You know, you have a patent for yourself. What prevents you from becoming your own patent holder? You know, what are the things that prevent you from taking a step forward and declaring that you have this asset, try to search for it and work on it? And what are the problems you face when you think of yourself as an innovator or an entrepreneur or a startup manager or a CEO of a company? You create a startup, you will be the CEO of a company. You will be everything of the company. No? You will have to open doors, you will have to clean out your own room, and you will have to sit on the chair saying, I am the CEO of a company that you are in. Okay? So can you just sit together as groups that you were sitting yesterday and try to identify what are the problems you face and write a set of problems in a paper, then we will discuss it in the next lecture, at the end of the next lecture. Okay?